Month of Ramadan, the Parent Teacher Council wanted to give you some support and advice. So we have a guest speaker today to speak to you, a professional nutritional therapist. Her name is Yousra Sarhan, and I'll hand over to her now.
Good morning. Thank you, Yasmin. Ramadan Kareem. I'm Yousra Sarhan, a nutritional therapist and the weight management consultant certified by the Health Sciences Academy in the UK. I'm here today to give you some tips and tricks on how to do a healthier Ramadan. So let's get started. As you all know, we fast an average of 14 hours a day. During that time, our digestive system is mostly at rest. Better? Okay, so during our fasting time, our digestive system is mostly at rest. And as any part of our body organs, you need to warm it up before you start extensively using it. So for instance, when you go for a workout session, you warm up first and then you start gradually getting into your exercise routine. Why do you do that? You do that in order to lower the risk of injuries. Exact same thing for the digestive system. You need to warm it up first before you start giving it the food all at once in order to lower the risks of bloating, constipation, indigestion, heartburn, stomach aches and so forth. Okay, so how do you do that? First, break your fast on 2 to 3 dates, followed by a glass of water. And never ever break your fast on sugary drinks like Ramadan Oriental drinks like those Karkadeh, Amaruddin and that stuff. These drinks are loaded with very high amounts of sugar. And I'll try to explain this in a very simple form. When we're fasting, our blood sugar levels drop. Dates have the natural adequate amount of sugar our bodies need to stabilize the blood sugar level. However, when we drink the high loaded sugar drinks like Karkadeh and Amaruddin and so forth, this creates a spike in our blood sugar levels, which leaves us with lots of sugar cravings afterwards in the evening. So rule of thumb is break your fast on 2 to 3 dates, followed by a glass of water. After that, you can have a bowl of soup with 1 to 2 baked or air-fried sambusa. After you do that, feel free to give your stomach a short break, like 5 minutes or so, to prepare itself to start to receive the main course. So as we said, we're warming up, so just give it time to implement the whole process. When you start your main course, start by a plate of veggies. It could be a salad bowl or a vegetable plate, whatever you like. Make it as colorful as possible. We have a saying here, eat your rainbow. The more the colors, the more the nutrients in the food. And our bodies need those nutrients, the vitamins and minerals in the colors, to replenish from the long fasting hours. In addition, eat your preferred type of protein, but make sure it's not fried or too fatty. And lastly, consume a moderate amount of complex carbs or healthy carbs. I'll give you examples for that. It could be something like sweet potato, brown pasta, brown rice, basmati rice, baladi bread, brown toast. But we have lots of options to choose from. So after having a well-balanced meal, we need to give our stomach a 2 to 3 hours break before we head to our snack or dessert. I know we all love our Oriental Ramadan desserts, the basbousa, kunefa and that stuff, but we have to know that they're really loaded with fats and sugars. So we have to keep their consumption at a minimum. I'm not saying we should deprive ourselves, it's not right. I believe in balance and I believe moderation is key. So we can consume them like 2 to 3 times a week and in moderate quantities. I would say like half the size of your palm, that's more than enough. On the other days, you can enjoy fruits, healthy desserts, dark chocolate, yogurt with honey, anything of that sort. I want to give you some general tips in the duration between iftar and suhoor. Please make sure to hydrate. Hydration is very important. Most of us tend to forget about drinking water, and the duration between iftar and suhoor is quite short. It's recommended to drink around 6 to 8 cups of water a day. So that's quite important. If you're into herbal drinks, they're also very, very beneficial and help the digestive system in processing all the food that has just come in. So you can drink mint, chamomile, whatever you like, any herbal drinks, they're all beneficial for your body. You can also sweeten your Ramadan drinks like karkade or amaradin and so forth with stevia or honey instead of sweetening them with sugar. This will make them a lot healthier and guilt-free, and you can enjoy them still in moderate quantities like 2 to 3 glasses a day, but they won't really harm the body or create sugar spikes as we just mentioned. Also, it's advisable to air fry or bake your preferred foods like sambusak, amaret, and pane and all that stuff instead of deep frying them. Deep frying them turns them into something very fatty, and it really lowers the nutrients in the food that you're eating. So for instance, if you're eating chicken pane, you're losing lots of the nutrients in the chicken itself in the frying process. So it's much better to air fry or bake those foods. I would also advise you to stay active. And here comes the popular question: should we work out before iftar or after iftar? And here we have two answers of two different schools. The fat burning school says work out the hour before iftar, so like from 5 to 6, 4:30 to 5:30, that hour. This increases your fat burning state, but please, if you decide to do that, do some sort of a light exercise. You can do walking, yoga, Pilates, even if you do functional training or some sort of any exercise that you do, take it easy. Do not go intensely on your body. Your body is already stressed from the long fasting hours and the long school days and so forth, so you do not need to add on a lot of extra unneeded stress with rigorous exercises before iftar. The second school says work out post iftar. If you're going to do that, make sure you have at least 2 hours, a 2-hour gap between your iftar and your workout time. If your workout is scheduled any little less than that, then make sure not to have the main course or the full meal as I just mentioned. You can then have the dates, drink something, have the soup, the sambusak, and have some sort of complex carbs like a sweet potato or something to give you the energy to work out. And then when you're back, you can have your main course in order to avoid indigestion or difficulty during your workout. Okay? Moving on to suhoor. Please don't skip suhoor. Suhoor is really important. It's the one meal that gives you the energy needed to fast the next day and to keep going. We actually need to have a balanced meal during suhoor time. So I would advise you to have a meal with protein, healthy carbs, healthy fats, and fruits or veggies. I'm going to give you some examples for good suhoor ideas. You can have, for instance, eggs in any form you like. You can cook it in olive oil or coconut oil or some healthy butter, whatever you like. This is the source of healthy fats. And have it with baladi or brown bread and a salad bowl. You can have some beans full with olive oil, with some baladi bread as well, and a salad bowl. If you're more into a sweet tooth, you can have oats with Greek yogurt, for instance, and the fruits you like, you can cut them on top, and add a little bit of honey, some flax seeds, chia seeds. All these are very beneficial for your body and will fill you up and will give you the energy to fast the next day. Last but not least, I would like to remind you of sleep. Sleeping is crucial for your recovery. So we have to make sure we sleep the adequate number of hours your body needs. It's usually 7 to 8 hours or 8 to 9 hours, it depends on your age group, but make sure to sleep well, because as we just mentioned, our bodies are really stressed from the long fasting hours, from the long school days. I know you have your studies, maybe some of you have exams, you have your trainings, you have our gatherings and so forth. So the day is compact. We need to recover well. So please make sure you take your enough hours of sleep in order for your body to recover and replenish properly. Thank you. I hope that was beneficial. Please let me know if you have any questions.